This video will cover some of the different formats you can use when designing your resume. When people ask me, how should I format my resume? I'll often say, well, it depends on what you're looking to accomplish with the resume. Are you looking to connect the dots for the employer by listing your work history in a linear fashion? Or are you looking to show what you can do right off the bat? Do you have a lot of related work experience? Are you looking to make a career change? Your answers to these questions will help you choose your resume format. Typically, there are two traditional formats that people tend to use: reverse chronological and functional, or a skills resume. A reverse chronological resume focuses mostly on the relevant experience and connects the dots nicely for employers, who usually don't want to have to play career counselor. It's organized in a way that lists the information from most relevant to least relevant by highlighting job titles and organizations, and is the most common and familiar format to employers. It's very important to describe your experience as well, because you only have a limited amount of space to work with, depending on your industry. Typically, the more competitive fields like computer science, business, and engineering really only want a one-page resume. Other fields that are not as competitive, such as human services and education, would appreciate as much relevant information as possible. Now, in any case, unless you're writing an academic resume, also called a curriculum vitae, I would not recommend going beyond 2 pages at the most. Here is a sample of a reverse chronological resume. As you can see, the student put in their education information first since it's the most relevant, and the work experience is listed further down. And again, it should be listed from the most recent to the least recent. If you have a lot of relevant experience in one area, for example, management experience or sales experience, you can put it in a separate section just so that you can showcase that specific skill set. On the other hand, a functional or skills resume focuses on bringing the relevant skills to the forefront and is probably the second most common resume format. This resume format, as you can see, is a bit more flexible than a chronological resume in that you can create sections to meet your skills like Jane did here, using management and organizational skills, communication, and sales and marketing skills. You'll also notice that there is less emphasis on the job titles because you're trying to prove that you have the skills that can easily transfer into the job that you're applying for. The beauty is that you can really take ownership of this document and make it your own, which is really what you want to do in the first place. You can also make up your own resume format by using a combination of the reverse chronological and the skills resume to make it your own. For example, if you want to highlight your leadership skills, or if an employer is looking for a specific skill set, you can certainly put this information in a separate section to set it apart from the rest of your resume. Here are some sample examples of skill sets: program development, analytical skills, group management, and leadership skills. If you want to use a resume template, please be careful in your selection because they can be a blessing or a curse. Some templates are lovely to look at, but they don't have a lot of room for content because of graphics or large font sizes for impact. Try to look for templates that are fairly simple in setup and add your own touches to them. If you'd like to have some help designing a resume, please contact the Career Connections office at 207-621-3130 or at umacareer@maine.edu. The next video will cover basic contact information that you should list on your resume.